Welcome to Live, Let, Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Micah and Steve.
Hello.
And welcome back to another exciting episode
Of Live,
Let
Thrive. What is up, Micah, man?
I'm chilling, Stevie Stacks. How you doing?
Literally chilling, man. It's like 9 degrees outside.
Yeah, in Texas too. That's crazy.
The entire state of Texas is in like a blizzard.
Man, crazy.
What day is it? February 15th, 2021. So remember that date.
Fact. Oh.
Yeah, this is episode 155 of your favorite Airbnb, VRBO, short-term, long-term rental podcast in the world. And we're happy to have a guest today. Miss Syerena is joining us.
Hey.
Hey, Syerena, how you doing?
Doing great. How are y'all doing?
We're, trying to keep warm while we still have power here.
Yeah, just disclosure, if we drop off, it's because we probably lost power.
Yeah.
But yeah, Syerena, so
Man.
I met Syerena off of Clubhouse. Clubhouse has been a major plug. So where do you operate out of, and how many units are you operating?
So I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Right now I have 7 homes. So I just signed 2 leases this month, which is crazy. That never usually happens, but 7 right now. So 7 homes. I specialize in larger homes. I kind of stray away from apartments. So like larger homes, 5-6 bedrooms, usually 2,500 to 4,000 square feet is what I stick to. Large homes. Yeah, large homes.
Wow.
Now, question, because you're the second straight guest that says they're doing those large homes. Now, are you based, are your units in the city of Atlanta?
So only one is, and then I have just kind of several locations outside of the city. It's kind of tough sometimes getting in the city. They did have restrictions that they just lifted in Atlanta. So I was kind of like avoiding the city for a little while too. The city was kind of expensive. I'm like, wait a minute, $8,000 for rent. Okay, hold on. Wait, let's back up. Basically, I kind of waited for a good deal in the city. Duluth, I have one in Duluth, Georgia, Alpharetta, Kennesaw, Powder Spring, Carrollton. Did I say Kennesaw? But yes, so 7 total.
So
they're like 30 minutes. Like some of them are, so like some of them as far as 30 minutes outside of Atlanta. And then one of them is, the furthest one is like an hour outside of Atlanta. So that's the furthest one. But all of them are pretty much like within 30 minutes from Atlanta. But yeah, Atlanta just lifted a restriction. So they were going to ban Airbnb in the city. And I had to, I talked to the lady in zoning, and apparently they're just going to slap us with a regulation instead of actually, eliminating us being able to do it. So that's good.
Oh, that's
good. Why I got that one in Atlanta. I just got one in Atlanta just because of that reason. They just, slapped us with some regulations now.
Follow the regulations, smart move. So you got 7. When did you start, and what made you get started?
Oh, good question. Okay, it's kind of a long story, but in 2017 is when I got my first property. I got that because I was basically doing what is known now as, what is it called? What do they call it? House hacking. So I didn't know what that was in 2017. But anyway, I was basically sharing my apartment. I rented out a room. I wanted to make some extra money. I had a 2-bedroom apartment. Basically, that kind of sparked. I got a tenant in 2 weeks. So like 2 weeks, someone was able to pay me what I was paying my rent. So she was basically paying me my rent without knowing it. And I was like, whoa, this is amazing. So in 2 weeks, if I was going to pay my rent, I'm like, okay, I need to, scale this and do this again. So that's when I got like a 5-bedroom home. And I basically was doing the house hacking with that. In 2018, my grandmother just mentioned Airbnb. I really didn't know what it was. So I was curious. And basically, I put a room on Airbnb. I started off with a room. I put that on Airbnb. And then the same day I put it on Airbnb, I got my first booking. So I was super, super excited. So yeah, basically from there, I wanted to scale, but I didn't want to be limited by the amount of income, I put down for each property. So that's when I kind of discovered rental arbitrage and decided the best way that I can scale, the fastest way I can scale with the money that I have is to rent instead of, purchasing. But I did purchase my first one. But yeah, moving forward, I got started with the rental arbitrage because of, just trying to leverage my money. So yeah, it's pretty much it.
Whoa. So hold on. You bought a 5-bedroom house?
Oh, I bought a 5-bedroom house. Yeah, I bought But that was it. So I purchased one home. It was super, like, I got a really crazy deal though. Crazy deal that does not exist. Yeah, I was able to get that approval off of my 9-to-5 income. My last job that I was working, I was able to get approved from that income, basically.
Tell us about this crazy deal that don't exist.
Yeah. So basically, I got it for $65,000, move-in ready. 65 for it's like 2,500 square feet, 5-bedroom. I turned one of the bedrooms. I turned the closet. No. That's an office. I turned the office into a 6-bedroom. So basically, 65,000. It was originally 75, but we were able to get it down to 65. But yeah, move-in ready. So perfect condition. Only 10 years.
Yeah, how'd you do that?
The location, I guess, because it's all the way in Carrollton. So basically, really the location, I was able to get something really cheap in Carrollton. So that's pretty much it. But it's a townhome. It's a townhome though. So it's not it's not home, townhome, but 65,000. So my realtor was trying to find me something in Atlanta. I really wanted something close to Atlanta, but we couldn't find anything in my budget. Because my 95 I got a pre-approval for $90,000. Like that's it. That was my limit, which is crazy.
You made it work.
I made it work because I wanted 5 bedrooms. I'm like, okay, I need 5. I need 5. I need move-in ready. I can't afford. At that time, I had no money. I could not afford to do any renovations, do anything. So yeah, I had to work with what I had. Thankfully, we found something.
You know what this makes me think of right away is that because let's say that you would have got approved for a $250,000 or $300,000 home, a lot of people would be tempted to spend every single bit of that. You know what I'm saying? They'd get into a place that ain't even going to be as profitable as if you would have got that $65,000 home. You know, it made you use your resourcefulness, and you might have even got something that's even way more profitable than the giant McMansion you wanted to get with an HOA that don't allow you to do nothing.
Yeah. Now, this is my question. On that 5-bedroom, you lived in it and rented out all the rooms?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. So that sucks, of course. That sucks. No one wants to do that. But it was the smartest decision for me. It's the smartest decision for anyone who has had a limited income. So my income was very limited. I was working a job. I wasn't getting paid, much at all. So that was the best way for me to leverage my income and be able to save. And, like if I had a regular apartment, I wouldn't be like, am I paying $1,200 a month? I would not have been able to save like I, save for my next one. So I recommend that for people who basically just have a limited income. They don't have a lot of money saved. That is the smartest way to go, for sure. Tops.
Here's what I'll say right now. It just came to my mind. The more it hurts, the faster it'll get you to $1 million. And we say that because Todd Baldwin, Todd Baldwin, he's they call him
that name. I heard his name.
Yeah, he was on CNBC, the 27-year-old millionaire, whatever they called him. He came on our show, but he did the exact same thing. He got a big house with a ton of bedrooms, lived in it, and then he rented out every single other bedroom, and then he hopped to the next one.
Oh, darn! You broke up. Can you say that last part again? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So he bought a big old house in over there, Seattle area, or outskirts of Seattle, whatever. And then he lived in one of the bedrooms, rented out all the other bedrooms, and then he hopped to the next house, did the same thing. Hopped to the next house, did the same.
Oh, so he did the same thing. So he lived in each one.
And like within a few years, he was a millionaire because of of how much his house was worth and how skyrocket the economy was going.
The coldest part about Todd was he bought a duplex and rented out the rooms in the duplex. I was like, what? He pushed it to a next level, man.
And the garage.
Then turn the garage into a bedroom. So house hacking,
Airbnb,
yeah.
Ooh.
I tell people all the time, house hacking is the way to go.
It's the most powerful thing there is right now.
Wait a minute. Now I think I've seen him. I think I've seen him.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. But yeah, it's just powerful. It's just really leveraging your money. It's sacrificing for sure. No one wants to do it. Like no one wants to sign up for that, but it's the best way to go for sure. Like, and some people would have good money and do it anyway. As people really don't mind it, they just rather save the money and do it anyway. So
yeah, I used to do it.
Good idea. So that's how I started that. Used to do it. Cool. So for how long? Like what when did you get started, and then how long were you doing that for?
We did it for about 2 years, 3
2
years.
years.
House active. We just lived in the downstairs of our house, rented out the upstairs. We had 3 bedrooms. We rented them out. We rented them out by bedroom, or you could rent them all out, or you could rent 2. We changed it up. So yeah, it's very lucrative. I love house hacking. I'm definitely a proponent of that. Shoes. I'm actually looking for house hacking opportunities any chance I get. But yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So you're based out of Atlanta. You got 7 units and you started out house hacking. So so it took you said 4 years to get to 7.
Oh, well, yeah. 2017. So yeah. So I got my first one in September 2017. So almost 4 years. I've been, so yeah, it's 3 years some change. So yeah.
Oh, how's your systems with you having those big, huge bedrooms? Like you're renting them out, these big, huge houses. Like, do you have to pay your cleaners more? Mm-hmm. How do you prevent parties?
That's a good question. So when it comes to like the rooms kind of situation, I do that only at 2 homes where I do like by the room. But when you have nicer quality, basically your home kind of has to be nice quality. If you want to do the entire home is what I've kind of learned. So it needs to be like really high quality. Basically, yes, okay. I'm cheap. So I don't pay the cleaners a crazy amount. I basically, hire them on Indeed so that I can skip paying a cleaning company $300,000. I mean, not $300,000, but $300, per cleaning. So I still only pay like $100, between 100 to like 140. So like my 4,000, it's like my 4,000 square foot property. That one I paid her like 140, but like the smaller ones I paid 100. So I'm cheap. I'm trying to save money. And then
wrong with that?
And then my cleaning fee is like $300 for most of them. So like people are totally fine with paying this high cleaning fee. They're totally fine with it because I guess they understand that, okay, this is a huge property. So I make money, like I make a couple $100 of each cleaning fee, and then times 10 bookings a month, that's $2,000 right there just for cleaning. So that was amazing.
And you didn't have to scrub one toilet yourself.
Nope. So I cleaned for myself for an entire year. That was hell. But I hated it. But yeah, I started out cleaning for myself for a whole year, and I got so sick of that. Of course, nobody wants to do that. So basically, when I got my third one is when I hired a cleaner. So my longest cleaner's been with me for like over a year. But yeah, I hired everyone from Indeed to save some money. Oh, and then the second question: how to prevent parties? So I have lots of cameras installed, at each entrance and exit. And then I have very strict rules. I threaten them so many times before they even step a foot in the door. They are threatened so many times. So basically I say, hey, look, if you invite, more people over 12, whatever the max I have, if you invite too many people, if I see you with loud music, if I see you doing this, and this, I'm going to terminate your stay without a refund. And that has always worked. So like people will cancel. So I put that in my house rules, and then I put that again in my check-in instructions because people don't read the house rules. They don't read it. So I put it twice, and that has literally prevented a party from ever happening. So like basically if they want to cancel after that, they sometimes do. So I do get cancellations after they get those check-in instructions. They'll cancel, which prevented a party right there, So I haven't had any parties. I haven't had one party. So I'm really proud of that.
You getting paid off those cancellations?
Well, usually not, because they usually cancel like right after they get the check-in instructions. And I send the check-in instructions like 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, I have like my automatic messaging system on. So they get those like immediately, and then they cancel like immediately. Like they cancel immediately.
Airbnb gets paid.
Now I have a question.
Well,
what I was going to ask was, have you thought about like sending the rules like a couple days before, so then if they cancel, you can still get paid? It's just a little trick.
That's not a bad idea. My only concern is that they'll see the rules and they'll say, man, I'm going to stay anyway. Man, it's too late. I'm just going to stay anyway. You know what I mean? Like, and try to get past the rules. So like, I kind of don't even mind to get their money back. I just want them to cancel. I really just want to get out of my hair, because I really don't want to even deal with the possibility of that happening. And then the drama and the aftermath of trying to get them out. That's, I don't want to deal with that. So
all money ain't good money. That's true.
Exactly.
So you got the house, that first one, for $65,000. Were you tempted to pull out any money so you can like start doing some, going big on the arbitrage side?
Pull out. So like I don't think I've put enough equity into the home yet. Is that what you mean, like pulling out the equity?
Yeah, like cash out refi.
I haven't reached that point yet. I think I have to hit 20%, and I haven't reached that point yet. So I'm making very small payments. Like I'm taking advantage of it and just trying to leverage. I'm always about leverage. I don't care how much money I have. I want a loan. I want loans, and I want to borrow money, and I want to pay the interest. But yeah. So my mortgage payments are like $400 something a month. It's crazy, $400 something, and then basically everyone's paying like $600 a room. So one person is paying my mortgage. One person.
See, and that right there. See, and that's right there is the power in buying. I tell people that it's cool to arbitrage sometimes, but it's cool to buy too, because your cash flow does go up when you buy. Like $400 a month, you can't beat that. Oh my God,
It's crazy. It's crazy. When I tell people, they're always shocked, like $400 a month. Yep. But it's a cheap house, but it's almost brand new. Very crazy deal.
And all your other ones are arbitrages, or you have a couple that you own?
So it's just one that I own. So they're all arbitrage. But I forgot to mention that the reason why this was so cheap, again, another reason, not only in the location, was also because these townhomes, they stopped building them. They like quit the project. I think they ran out of funds. Whoever was in development ran out of funds, so they completely stopped the project. So they were just selling them off really, really cheap. So that's basically why they're so cheap.
Are there any more left? Any more there?
Yeah. So they're on sale. Like I see someone sell for right now for like 85. So like over the years, I guess, they're not as cheap, but
85 for 5 bedrooms.
So you can still snag one. You can still get one.
Oh, we got to talk after the show. We got to talk after the show. What? All right. Yeah. I got a 1031 right now, and I'm looking for property.
cheap. 85, 90 is what I'm saying. So. And
the HOA is cool with you renting out, short term or whatever.
There's no HOA.
Oh, even better.
No, I do have questions.
So
it's a townhome, 5 bedrooms. Now you can keep it 100. We keep it 100 on this podcast. How far up in the hood is it?
Oh well, if you ask that question, good point. Okay, so I will say, from a scale from 1 to 10, you're living in the paradise. I don't know what I'm trying to say. And then 1 is you're gonna get shot tomorrow. I would say it's like 3. So it's not okay.
You get shot Wednesday.
So I would say it's like C class. It's not D. It's like could be worse. It could definitely be worse. It's like C class, I would say.
Hold on, 85,000.
People, the people, like the neighbors, they just don't care about their yard maintenance. Is pretty much all I really have to say. Like they don't care about the yards. They park in the yard, so it's not like they don't basically keep their area up. So that's why they have it looking bad. So it kind of depends on who owns, each town. Take care of theirs. So
how have your reviews been off that, with it being like that?
Good question. So I used to have a method where when people booked it, I used to say, hey, just let you know, like this area, the neighbors don't keep their yards up. It's overgrown sometimes. Kind of, and then people would still want to stay anyway. And then they leave me like 1 star. Hey, it's not as advertised. I'm like, okay, it is as advertised. I told you when you book. I let them cancel for free. Like they want to cancel after I explain it. I let them, but sometimes they keep it anyway and then write me 1 star. So basically right now, I had people sign contracts with me that basically say, hey, you're going to lose your right to leave a review here. you're gonna lose your right to get a refund. You losing all your rights right here, like in this contract right here. And basically, yeah, that's what I do with like, yeah, I only require, like, I have, what I should have said is I have long-term only though. So people are staying for like at least 30 days. But I usually take leases. I'll take like 1 to 2 year leases here, as well. So yeah, so I do kind of everything, but I do long-term only. That's what I should have said before, but.
Hold on, you say so
But
you
yeah,
only do
contract.
so you only do long-term only at these places, at this place.
So at my rooms for rent places, yeah. So like Kennesaw and Carrollton, those places, long term. Well, okay, not really Kennesaw. I could take short term, but Carrollton long term only. There, because I just don't want to deal with like over there. I just don't want to deal with like that.
So Carrollton's the 5-bedroom in the hood, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean I got a few places around the corner from the hood, but.
Money in the hood.
For real, it is money in the hood. Now, if we were to come out there and buy one of those, do you know somebody that manages? Or do you?
So okay, so I manage my own. Well, I manage some of mine right now. I'm about to stop. I'm done with managing myself. I'm completely done. But I would say that I hired like my friend to manage. Well, she will be my manager when I ended up allow her to take over. Mm-hmm. So at this point, I don't know anyone. But I hire her. But I would hire someone off of Indeed, because like everyone's cheaper. Like if you hire your own, everything's cheaper. But I don't know if you can hire a property manager off of Indeed. But if someone wants extra income, you can train them on how to manage, give them 10%, call it a day.
Now you keep bringing up Indeed, is it called?
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Okay, and that's just finding people for odd jobs, or what is that?
Oh yeah, so you can hire people up there, like you post jobs, hire people. It's completely free. If you want to advertise, you can pay for it if you want, but I don't advertise. And it's always been very easy for me to hire people off of there, without having to pay, for any fees or anything. So yeah, I've hired a lot of people off of Indeed. Like that's I just stick with Indeed. Based on Marketplace was not going well for me. Like I got no applicants. I'm like, how do people get applications on Facebook? It's not working for me. So I just stick to Indeed, call it a day.
I'm happy you brought that up, because Facebook Marketplace, you get in the people that do apply, you get a certain demographic of people that just ain't ready for the job. So I've been looking at I'm gonna lead into the question. So I've just posted on LinkedIn for an administrative assistant. I got like 100-some applicants in a day, and I don't know how to go through all these damn applications.
Wait a minute, you can post jobs on LinkedIn?
Yeah, as long as you you just got to create a company profile, and then under your company profile, you create the job. And so that's actually what I was doing today before we got on here. I was going through these applications. But my question is, what are your job postings like, and what's your interview process like? Because that's what I'm struggling with.
Oh, that's a good question. These are good questions. So the job, it took me a while to master. I feel like I'm kind of mastered it now, but it took me a while to master I will say hiring a cleaner. Is that what we're talking about, like hiring a cleaner? Mm-hmm. So yeah. So it was terrible. It was so terrible at first. So terrible, because people would quit left and right, and then I would fire left and right. Like I would go through a cleaner once a week. It was so bad at first. And then I kind of learned to basically ask certain questions and go through it like a certain way. So basically now I'll get like take you step by step. What I do, like the first thing I do is they apply, I look at their application, but I make sure I look for long-term history with each job. Oh my gosh. Like they need to be at each job for 2 years, or like 1 to 2 years. That's what they need, long job history on their resume. On their resume. So like a lot of times people will only last for a job like 3 to 6 months at a time. 3 to 6 months and they're gone. And that's like consistently. And so I want to avoid those people, because they will not last with me. Obviously they don't want, there's something wrong with them. They're going to quit, or they're going to get fired in 5 seconds. So basically, that's the first step is looking at their resume, looking for long-term history. Then after that, I send them my interview questions. I have like 25. So I think I have 28. I have like a lot of interview questions. The most important ones are, well, how much money do you want to make? How much money do you need to make monthly at this job? How much money do you need to make? Because like cleaning one property is not it's not full-time money, period. It's like, okay, you'll make like $1,500 a month. You're not gonna make, you know, 4,000. You're gonna make like 1,500. So maybe 1,000, maybe even as low as 1,000. So like some people's expectations are super duper high. They want like a full-time job, but they're applying for like a cleaning position. And I'm so upfront, and like I'm so clear on how much I'm going to pay them in the beginning. Like before they even apply, I tell them, hey, this is how much you're going to get paid. Like you can calculate it. Like I'm so upfront, but people don't read, so they miss that part. And then on the application, or on the interview questions, they're like, yeah, I'm trying to make 5,000 a month minimum. I'm like, how is that possible if I told you exactly how much you're going to make? So that's the most important question, because that will cause people to quit. Like they'll quit very quickly as soon as they figure that out. And then what else? There's a lot of them. Do you want a long-time job? Do you want a temporary job? Some people want a temporary like situation. And this is like, I don't want that. So I'm not going to hire them. They say temporary. Like some people don't like to put references down. Like I ask for 2 references. They might leave that blank. I'm like, dude, I see that. Like, why don't you want to put down references? I don't trust you. And then like, what else? There's quite a bit.
Yeah.
There's just 28 of them.
I have the gist of it. Like, okay, I like the references thing. Be upfront about the pay. Okay. Wow. And do you like put them on a trial period or anything like that?
No trial periods. I kind of just like, no, because it's like, if I put them on a trial period, I feel like I'm kind of screwed either way. It's like, if they don't do well in the trial period, I got to fire them. And if they want to quit, I don't know. I never considered doing a trial period. Maybe I should. But things been going well. So, but after, like I asked them those questions, and then after that, I have a cleaning manual and a cleaning manual test. If I like how they answer the questions, I'll give them a cleaning manual and a cleaning manual test that they have to pass. And the cleaning manual is like 18 pages long. It's so long. Everything's I'm so thorough. I'm so thorough because I don't want them to ask me any questions. So they get in there. They take that clean manual test, they pass, and then when they get in there, the first cleaning, they literally ask me no questions, 0, because they know exactly what's going on. They don't have to ask me where this is, what to do here, how to fold this. They know everything because I was so thorough. But after they pass the clean manual test, they have to do a background check. I just want to make sure they're not a thief, so they won't steal all my stuff. And then they have to sign a contract, like a contractor's contract, to make sure that they know they're not an employee and they can't sue me if they fall. And that's it. It's a long process.
This is what I'm getting on this episode with Syerena, is that you're all about the upfront stuff, and that's really cool. I mean, not only it saves time, it weeds out the people that you don't want either to rent your place or to work for you. I mean, you're upfront about all the house rules, right away. Here, this is what we expect. There's gonna be no parties. This will happen if you do it. It's not, and this is what you're agreeing to. Otherwise, we'll shut you down. And you weed out like 99% of the people that are going to do something, right? And then you do the same with the cleaners, and then you like that manual, and you give them a test, and you automatically, if they're not even going to take the test, boom, that goes half the people right there. They're not even willing to take a test, right?
Exactly. Most people don't take tests. Most people don't take the test. A lot of people don't want to pay the $25 the background check. It's only $25, but that lets me know, hey, you're not serious about, because it's just $25. Just pay it. I'm not going to pay it. I'm not going to pay for your background for you to not show up the first day. So it's just $25. So there's a lot of ways people can back out.
Yeah.
Now, what systems are you using for the background check and the test? Like, do you send them like a Google form or what?
So I do have like a Google Docs. I send them a link to the Google Doc, and they can just click on it and they'll download. And so Google Docs link, and then so it's kind of ghetto. I am using cozy.com. Because I haven't found a background check that's as cheap as that. Oh, that's what you use? Okay. Because that's like the cheapest thing. Yeah. It's the cheapest thing I can find. I don't want them to pay $75 for a background check. I really don't. Like, I really want to be cheap as possible. So, like, I looked everywhere, and that's the cheapest I can find. But I don't want to use that because it looks like it's for landlords and tenants, and they're not my tenant. They're my cleaner. But I don't. So try to find something cheaper, basically.
Facts.
Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, so like you put all that upfront stuff, and it saves you so much time and headaches in the future. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just weeding. Yeah, like you said, weeding people out is key. Just saving my own time. I used to call people and like have no. I used to actually meet up with cleaners and do an in-person interview. Then I got my time wasted a whole lot. Then I said, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. Then I used to call them and have an hour-long conversation just for them to not show up the first day. Do you know how mad I am? Because I spent an hour talking to them. So I basically got to the point where, hey, let's try to save my own time. So now I just do an interview through email. So just answer these questions and write them down. And I'm spending only 5 minutes going through each cleaner instead of, an hour or two. So trying to save my own time, basically.
Systems. I love it. Yeah, I remember back in the day, when I get renters for my long-term rentals, everything goes good. They're telling you all the good stuff, the stuff you want to hear while you're showing them their house and stuff. And as soon as you get to the point, okay, yeah, I'm going to send you the application, and then it's going to do the background and credit, and then we'll see where we go. You're just looking at them, their face, their body language just changes, Oh, okay, yeah. So what all is on that? As just that credit and background. Oh, well, there's this one thing, I just wanted to tell you about real quick. It says a felony, but it was a misunderstanding.
I was in the car with somebody. They had it.
Yeah, a whole life story. I was
like, oh shit.
When I call you before viewing, that's when I know it's a whole life story. I don't even want to talk to them. They like, hey, before I view your property, can I give you a call? I'm like, no. You can go ahead and keep messaging me through Facebook Marketplace because I'm not about to talk to you for an hour about what happened in your past. I'm really not. Like, that happens every single time. Every single time. I'm like, no, I'm not taking no more phone call. Nope. Nope. That's between through here. Nope.
No, if they start bringing up, it's a funny thing too. They start bringing up Jesus or the church or amen and God bless and all that. It's not a good sign, man. It's not a good sign.
No. 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 We got to miss me with that emotional stuff. We're gonna skip all of that. No. No.
I feel a fool for that one. Jesus in the church. Oh man!
I know what happens after that. No.
Let's pray. Let's pray real quick. Let's pray. No, I'm good.
No.
Oh man, this is amazing. So you're all about the arbitrage game now. So how do you find your arbitrages and how do you go about setting them up? I know you said you called yourself cheap. So how do you set up a 5-bedroom or a 6-bedroom place on the cheap?
Oh God, you really can't. But that's a good question as well. But yeah, basically Zillow. So I spend literally sometimes like my whole day going through Zillow. I don't make phone calls anymore. I used to call, but now I send them a long text message that says, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. Can I do this? I'll pay you more rent. I'll be a good tenant. Here's why. Like, I try to convince them through this long text message. And agents suck because they usually don't respond, but owners will respond with a yes or no. Usually it's a no. I would say, I can hit up 300 people, and out of 300, maybe 3 were interested, maybe 1. So it's kind of like you have to work really sometimes you have to work really hard to find people who are interested, but like it's worth it to me. I mean, clearly it's worth it to me, but yeah, it's a lot of work. So, but sometimes I can get them really fast. Sometimes I can spend only my fastest was like 2 days going on Zillow, and I got a lease signed like 2 days later. So like sometimes it's really quick. Sometimes it could take a month to find the right one because I'm also picky about which ones I get. I'm not going to just get any property. I have to make sure, hey, like, is my profit margin going to be high enough? Is this property nice enough? It has to be nice. It has to be updated, modern. It can't be outdated. They have to be okay with making upgrades to the property if I suggest them, because sometimes they don't want to like make the property more modern for me. I might suggest certain things. There's a lot of like things. It might be the hood because I'm not I'm not doing the hood no more. I'm not doing the hood. Yeah, I want like A, B class neighborhoods. So that's all I've gotten moving forward is because I just want as much profit as possible. Like the profit margin needs to look real nice. So I had to get those nice properties. So it's like a lot of work, but it's it's worth it.
Couple questions. What is the profit margin difference? Like, is there a big profit margin difference between your one in the hood compared to the one in the A or B class neighborhood?
So it's different. Like, I would say that's kind of different. That's kind of weird because I own it, and then it's kind of like I'm doing rooms. So like sometimes you can't make as much with rooms as you can with the entire place. Mm-hmm. So like I can't really compare them well because of those two factors, I would say. But I would say I thought I was doing good with my first property in profit. I thought I was doing real good. Then this other property I'm able to make like 5 times the profit. So but yeah, I would say like it kind of, you can't really compare because they're rent, and then there's like, you know, me owning it and the rooms and then the entire place. So I can't really compare that well. But I mean, I can't compare the one in Kennesaw, but I rent that one. But the profit there is pretty much the same as the one I own because I'm able to charge more I'm able to just charge way more because of the location. So yeah, like literally the profit's the same as my one in Carrollton, which is like the rooms, even though I'm paying rent. Like $2,000 rent.
Y'all really get me on these bigger places. Like, geez.
I had I was surprised because I had like my original, what I used to want originally was like $2,000 a month in profit, and I thought that was doing really good. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I can make way more than that. Oh my god! But I'm gonna have to invest way more money. So to answer your second question, it's not cheap. It's not cheap to furnish 5-bedroom, 6-bedroom home, especially when I put a lot of effort into the design because that gets me so much attention. Because like you have to compete around here. It's like there's so many, everybody and mama wants to do this, so you have to compete. So I put a lot of effort into the design process, and then basically, unfortunately, it probably cost minimum like $10K. I mean, if you want to be really, really cheap, if you want to do a 5-bedroom for really, really cheap, that's really not enough. Like really 15. And then one of my highest income property is that cost $35,000.
Oh wow!
$35,000 to furnish. Like it was crazy. But the money I'm gonna make is crazy at the same time. So it makes sense with that one. It makes a lot of sense, but crazy, absolutely crazy. Ooh. But well, yeah, a lot of effort was put in the design process. So that's really why it cost so much money.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that one, the 35K one. Dive into that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tell us about
So basically, that's a location in Powder Springs, Georgia. So that's the one. It has a pool, it has a jacuzzi, and that's really I was so excited for that one because like it's secluded. It's like in a it's surrounded by a whole bunch of trees, so the neighbors, you can't really see them, and it's huge, so nice. The driveway entrance is so nice. It's just a very high quality home, A-class neighborhood for sure. But yeah, so 6 bedrooms. There's a game room. So like there's a game room, there's a wet bar. So I had to like invest money in the game room, of course, and then the wet bar, and then furnishing in 6 bedrooms. I do cram a lot of beds. That's a good reason why it was so expensive. I crammed 9 beds in 6 bedrooms. So 3 of the bedrooms have 2 beds. So like I had to and they're clean. They're all clean. So I had to like get as many beds as possible as I can. And then yeah, like the design, like a whole lot of decor. There's so much decor, so many plants, wallpaper, like the whole 9 yards. Like I even put peel and stick tile on the ugly floors because the landlord, he was willing to do a lot for me. So he painted the place all white. He did everything I asked him to do. Like, he changed all the light fixtures for me. He paid for that. What else? He paid for a lot. That was not it. I can't remember right now, but basically he invested a lot of his money in there for me, because he was excited. I offer 5 years, so I offer a long lease. That's why a lot of people are even responding to me, is because I do offer a long lease. I would not recommend that for someone just starting out, but if you know what you're doing and it's been a while, like, do long leases, and offer long leases. But anyway, so he was so excited about that. He was willing to basically make changes for me, even though I don't even think he really likes the changes, but he made the changes that I thought that we should make to make the property more modern. We painted the brick fireplace black, and the living room is now white. It used to be like wood. It was terrible. Oh God, it was terrible. It was like wood. So we painted that white and then a black fireplace, and it looked so good. Like, looked so modern. I'm gonna post those photos on my Instagram soon, because people need to know how much effort we put into this property. It was so much effort. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's why it's so expensive. It's just like, we got 2 tables, and we crammed them together. We put them together, like the same table, so that we can create a really, really long table for to seat 16. So like, it accommodates 16. So yeah, it's very expensive. Very, very, very expensive. I don't even know how it costs so much. I'm like, I was stressing out. Like, wait a minute.
Now, there's a couple things you touched on that are very key, and I think you actually made me think about it. So if you get a larger unit, those are usually harder to rent. Like, people renting 5 and 6 bedroom houses, those are hard to rent. So that is a very good target to go after, which I just never thought about. So my next question is, like, who's your target guest for that unit? And then, like, what's your average nightly rate?
Well, to start off, okay, I would tell you, you'd think it's hard to rent a 5-bedroom, but they go so fast. They go fast. And I didn't think that was the case, but I have to literally stalk owners sometimes, because their property will be available one week and then the next week it's not. And I'm like, dude, for real? Like, and then, but I will say that the more expensive properties are those are harder to rent. Like, they have to be expensive. They have to be like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Most people can't afford that. Most people are not qualified. Like, they don't have the income to be able to afford that, because the landlords want you to make 3 times the rent. Mm-hmm. So if you're not making 3 times the rent, denied. So that's really the reason, I think, is because of so my rent is $4,400. Like, it's higher. So you have to make 3 times the rent, and most people can't afford it. So that's like one of the reasons, I would say. But yeah, they go fast. You be surprised. But wait, what was the other thing?
Who's your
so like the ideal tenants.
Mm-hmm.
So I prefer families. I prefer families who are like in town to visit other family members. That's probably like the top thing that I like. I also like corporate, like leasing to, business people. I do not prefer a birthday party. I don't want that kind of stuff. So sometimes it happens anyway, but they just have to follow the house rules. Like, they want to have a party, that have to be like respectful. I've had parties in homes. I've had my own birthday parties in homes, and we were like, not at Airbnbs. I've never even stayed in an Airbnb, by the way, even though that's what I do. I've never stayed at one. But like, I know that it exists, that people can take care of your property even though they have a birthday party. I've had it done so many times. So it happens, but they still follow the house rules, all of them. But anyway, that's my ideal tenant, basically. Families or like corporate leasing. And then, so my nightly rate is surprising. I thought I was going to get away with $200 on the weekdays and then like $700 on the weekends as a daily rate. But dude, oh my God, like, so these people are willing to pay like $500 a day for the weekdays, and then like $1,000 to $1,100 on the weekend on the weekends. Like, so Friday and Saturday is like $1,000 each, and then Sunday is like $600-700, and then the rest of the days are like $500. So like, basically in 1 week, my rent is not only paid, like my whole rent, I'm making more than my rent in 1 week. So like the other 3 weeks, another for profit. So paying for that furniture was worth it. Like, it was worth the money. And I'm getting that back so fast, you know? getting it back there fast.
Hey,
Wow.
here's the scariest part. You said 5-year lease. What kind of out clauses do you put in place? Like if they stop doing Airbnb, if they stop allowing Airbnb, blah blah blah.
Good question. So I am fully protected with my lease. My leases, main reason why people can't agree with renting to me is because of my terms. My terms they're not crazy, but they think my terms are to protect me. So one of my terms is that if I back out, if I decide to end my lease, then you can penalize me for like a month or two of the rent. That's fine. But if I back out because there were new laws, there were new regulations with short-term rentals, I am not to be penalized. You are not going to hold my security deposit. Basically, you cannot hold me responsible if I end it because of causes that were not my fault. So I have that in the lease so that I'm protected if I have to end it because of that. But I shouldn't have to do that because the reason why I get these large homes is because I have a backup plan. Backup plan is always going to be rooms to rent. That's always going to be like a backup plan in case I would say crap hits his van. I can still, make a profit. I'm not going to make as much. I'm still going to make profit. So even if I can't do it. So that's what I do to protect myself. I also have the landlords have a penalty if they break the lease. They have a large penalty if they break the lease. Because I spent all this time and money getting this together. You ain't about to break this lease. You ain't about to break this lease. So you can't sell your property. You can't do anything. So I have a $10,000 penalty, but I really need to raise that to 20. Sometimes one time I did 15,000. 15,000. One landlord signed a $15,000 penalty to him if he terminates the lease. So they can't get out of this lease with me, or else they owe me money. They owe me money. So because they're gonna take my money, they're gonna take my money. Because getting it together. Because I actually had a interior designer for this last property, and we have to pay her. You know what I mean? I had to pay her, and just basically the time invested into getting it together. You ain't about to write this lease. Nope. I need to get paid for that. I need to get paid. So yeah. So you have a lot of terms. I have I have 10 terms that I have them add to the lease that protect me. So
That's the first time in the history of this show that we've heard about putting a break the lease clause on the landlord. That's
really
Real.
they got to pay
But
you
why?
to break the lease. That's beautiful.
So here's why I'm paranoid. Because here's why. Landlords sometimes want to stalk their own property. They want to go on Airbnb, try to figure out how much I'm charging, try to figure out how much I'm making. They keep asking me, how much are you making? How much are you making? I don't want to, that's none of your business how much I'm making. That's none of your business. So I don't want them to get too excited and be like, oh, she's making so much money. Let me go ahead and take this property back. No, you're not about, no. So that's pretty much, I'm so paranoid. That's why I added in there, because I don't want them to get the idea that they can just do this themselves when it was my idea, not theirs. They weren't even thinking about this until I came along. So they're not about to take over my business. You know what I mean? So and then you're gonna have a penalty if you do.
That's a cold one.
Oh, I have another one that says.
I'll go ahead.
Yeah, I have another term that says if they want to do it themselves and break it because of that, they not only owe me a fine, but they also have to pay me 50% of the money that they're going to be making for the rest of my lease term, and they have to let me manage it. So basically, they can't get out of it. Period. They can't get out. Period. You cannot get out of this lease. Period. I went for win-win. You break it, I win. You don't break it, I win. Win-win.
I love that.
Damn, that's cold. That's cold. I love that.
I thought Micah was cold, but I think you got him beat.
For real, you got me beat.
I thought it was normal for landlords to have penalties. So I'm surprised that nobody's mentioned that.
We got to get that one on Clubhouse. I don't even think anybody's talked about these. 20 G's a penalty? Damn. Ain't no traditional landlord about to pay $20,000 to break no lease.
All right. Go ahead.
That's what backs people out. But I'm fine with that. If they don't want to sign the lease because of that, people have not backed out. People have ghosted me after I sent my terms, but that's totally fine with me. I just want to. Why do they think if you're not okay with that, then what did you plan on doing with your property? Why would you? Because a lot of people are excited about the 5 years. So why are you even interested in breaking this in the first place? The fact that you think that you could break it, that's enough for me. I'm done. I don't want to do business with you. You know what I mean? I don't even want you thinking about breaking this lease. So That's why I want them to be scared. If they're scared, then I kind of like, okay, what do they call that? What's that term? What's that saying? Fought a bullet. What is that called? I forgot the term. But basically, yeah, I kind of dodge the bullet.
Oh, okay.
Dodge the bullet. So, yeah, I don't want to have to deal with somebody.
No.
Thinking about breaking the lease. So
You're signing really long leases. Well, do you have any plan? And let's say you put 35,000 into that house. Do you have any plans when that 5-year mark hits about re-signing and trying to keep it from jumping the amount jumping?
So, kind of no. So like, I do have it. One of my terms is that I do want to have it on auto renew. Though that is like one of my terms. Like I would like it to be on auto renew, but they have to give me like a 6 months heads up if they don't want to do auto renew. They can't just like let me know last minute. Like, I need to know 6 months ahead that you don't want to auto renew. But like I get those 5 years at a flat rate, and I kind of fight for that flat rate. I'm fighting for that because nobody wants to do it. Everybody wants to do a 5% a year increase, and I'm like, no, it needs to be a flat rate because you're not about to take my profit. So, but basically after the 5 years, it's on auto renew, but they still have the opportunity, right, to raise the rent. So if they do, I mean, I'd pay for higher rent. I pay for higher rent at all of the properties. I don't want to, but as long as I'm making the money I want to make, I'd pay the higher rent. So I guess we will have to cross that, like get to that time. I guess we have to like, see how that goes in the future. But in 5 years, I should be able to charge more. I would think I would be able to charge more in 5 years. So I should probably make the same amount of money or close to it. So I'd be fine either way. I would pay a higher rent.
I have a question for you. So like, okay, my threshold, like if I'm getting a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, I'm like, look, if I don't make $500 a month on this, then we're going to cancel it, right? What is your threshold on like a 5 to 6 bedroom? Like, what's your like, hey, if we can't make this cash flow, it's not worth it.
It used to be 1,000, then it was 2,000, then it was 3,000, then it was 4,000. Now, 5,000, 6,000. But more could be possible. But 5,000, 5,000. Well, okay, I'll be happy with 4,000. Okay, I'll be happy before. But
So,
I would prefer more.
That's a good KPI though. 4,000. Like if we ain't making 4,000, we out. Like can't miss that one. Okay, that man.
However, there has like goal right now is to get one property a month. In 2021. So far, so good. But I've realized that sometimes it's more about quantity. So like if it comes a time where I'm struggling to find someone and the property is like I can't find a property that's going to hit my 4K, then I'd go for something that hits 3 or 2. I don't want to, but I'd rather have that than nothing. I'd rather have that than no property at all. Because if my goal is 1 a month, I just got to keep going. And sometimes the inventory is not going to be there. So I got to take what I'm going to take. So if it comes to that, but I'm obviously going to try to get, $4,000 or more on each property.
See, but that's one of them situations where you shoot for the stars and land on the moon. Because 2,000 a month, that ain't bad. I mean, shit, if I'm setting that's 10x to the next level. I'm gonna set my goal up here, and I'll land right here. I need to go to the ATL. God,
but yeah, my goals just got higher and higher as I saw what was possible. I was shocked. I'm like, wait a minute, it's possible to make this much? Okay, so I'm just gonna increase my goal and try to get what the best I can get. So what I do want is more properties that are like the Powder Springs one, the large one, the 4,000 square foot. I would like more like that, but like the inventory is so low to find that. But I'm gonna be chasing the best of the best, even though it costs so much more money. I'm gonna get more money. I'm gonna get a higher return. But yeah, I'm gonna keep chasing the best if I can.
She's literally 10xing, man. That's what it is.
Straight up. That's all it is. 10x.
Damn. Yeah. Why put all that time and effort at a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo when you could just do it all at once on a big scale and make like 10 times as much?
Dude, that's a level, man. For real.
See, Natalie came on before too, and she saw the same thing.
I'm just saying. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it's just like I realized very quickly that people who are like in these condos and apartments are usually making like $800 a month profit or like 1,000, and the property that I purchased, I was making more than that, and I'm like, nah, I'll go with that's what made me want to go with like a large property instead of like a 1-bedroom, just because making more than that. And I was already making more than that. I wasn't even doing Airbnb. I was just doing like long-term rooms. Like, man, more money is possible. So I'm going to try to get more money. I'm trying to get more money because it takes a lot of work to get these properties together. So, and it's like, another thing is I haven't even tried to hit up apartments before, though. I haven't even tried to hit them up. That's like a last case scenario for me. I would do it if I was out of desperation. I would get an apartment, but they would have to be okay with it.
I'm making $5,000. I ain't calling them in and shit. What for?
Yeah. So yeah, I'll hit them out of desperation. Like if I just can't get a yes, because it could be like sometimes you just can't get a yes. A couple months can go by and you're struggling. So at that point, I hit up an apartment. But for now, I'm gonna hit my house. Just right now, I'm like where I'm at right now.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great what you're doing right now.
So let's break that down, because I want people to think about this. So you're making $4,000 a month, like $4,000 is your minimum, I think you said, and you're picking up one property a month. So if you're making well over, your goal at the end of this year is to be making what, $48,000 a month in cash, in net cash flow. Man,
yeah,
people
but
got to dream bigger, man.
I started with 5 before 2021, so I guess it's going to end up being 17 properties. But I didn't think, like, I thought my goal was kind of crazy. I'm like, wait a minute, how am I going to do this? But so far it's been happening. So I'm like, okay, 2 leases signed in February, and then I just got a property in January. Okay, this might actually happen. So, that's cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna I have to work hard. I can't stop. I basically just can't stop contacting people and basically just staying on Zillow and stalking people, trying to get these homes. But yeah, it's possible. It's possible. So I'm not gonna even know what to do making that much money. I'm not gonna even know what to do. I'm gonna like, wow, I don't even know what to do. It's crazy.
I can tell you what to do to make you real rich.
I mean, new for me. Say again?
I can tell you what to do to make you real rich.
What?
Use all your cash as leverage, and then learn how to burr. Then just be buying properties with other people's money and don't even use yours.
So I do want to burr. I do want to do that method. My problem is I only want to buy. I decided that I don't want to buy a single family anymore unless it's for me to live at. I really just want to buy multifamily only. So what I could see myself doing is doing the burr method with a multifamily. And then using other people's money. So I really try not to spend money at all. Like I use credit, business credit. So I'm kind of newer at business credit. I just got some last year. So I'm kind of new, but I'm basically leveraging credit, so that I can just save my money up. And then I need another 200,000 for a multifamily. I need a lot of money. Oh God. But yeah, I'm trying to save it right now for that. But yeah, but I also have a problem that I don't want to share my profits. Like I really don't want to share my profits. And that's my problem with borrowing money, with a lender and all that. Oh, God, I don't know. I have to deal with that. I have to deal with that later. But I'm kind of trying to take all the profit. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not trying to split profit. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely want to get into that later for sure. But with a multifamily, I'll probably buy a multifamily that's move-in ready first, so that I can feel comfortable, and then work my way up. I might do cosmetic renovations at first, and then work my way up to the bigger rehabs later on when I'm more comfortable. I just don't want to mess up. I don't want to mess up, but and I really don't know. I don't know a lot about renovating a property, so I want to make sure I don't lose any money.
I'm sure you'll kick butt at that, like you're doing everything else. I'm sure you're gonna do great at it. Yeah. This has been a great show, Syerena. You really opened our eyes and inspired us, and that's what we love about our show. People come on and inspire us, and yeah, you're kicking butt and taking names, and thank you so much for hopping on with us.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah, where can folks find you?
Oh, Instagram. What do you mean online? Instagram. So my name is at Syerena Orr. So Syerena Orr. So at Syerena Orr on Instagram. I really don't use any other app. Well, I use Clubhouse now. So my Clubhouse is at Syerena. So Syerena.
Syerena. Okay, cool.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks for hopping on, and good luck in all you do. And we'll be touching base with you in the future for sure.
Awesome. Thank you guys for having me. Have a good day.
For
You
sure.
too.
Where can they find us, Steve?
They can find us at liveletthrive.com, liveletthrive@gmail.com, and everywhere books are sold. I don't know, just bullshit. Yeah, you can find us online. Find us on Clubhouse. We're everywhere. Live, let, thrive. Live, let, thrive.
And we are out.
Later.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.